and welcome to this week's podcast, the Awanachi Conversations. These are real life conversations where we talk to different women as they share their stories. And obviously, in the future, we will start having some men coming on to this podcast. So, yes, another welcome to the Awanachi Conversations. I'm your host, Mpunga Chipepo Simkwai. I am excited because on this week's podcast, I am talking to Tangu Chulu, who is Uchy's Touch founder and chief executive officer. Tangu, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Yeah.
I'm excited and excited to share my story actually.
It's so amazing when I came across your story that I heard through a friend. I told her, I said, this is definitely a story that we want to put out there, because like we say on the Awanachi brand, is here to inspire women. We are here to amplify the voices of girls and women like you in different spaces, to remind another woman or another girl or even a man out there that they too can become. Now, could you tell us a bit about yourself and Uchy's Touch?
Okay. A bit about myself. I'm the CEO of Uchy's Touch.
Yes. I love that.
It means a lot to get to such a point, because I have where I started from, and the growth humbles me a lot. That's why the CEO, it's a very humbling title. So the growth of where I started, where I came from, the faith in myself, and the faith that other people have in me is very humbling. And like you mentioned, your friend is my client. She has been my client for some time, and that's how I've grown. We grow through people. She's helped the business grow. You have come in as a person who equally helped the business grow. And for me, it's just that humility of growth, of seeing where we were and where we're headed to. So I'm a mom to a lovely boy. One of my parents' favorite kids. And a sister. I'm a boss to over 15 employees. I'm a person who listens to everybody. I'm a talker. I love praying, worshiping, and I'm a person who's very hungry for growth. So I loved when you mentioned to say chief visionary officer. I'm a person who's hungry to say what next, or where we headed to. So I'm a person who doesn't really settle wherever I am. I'm always hungry to see what else I can do.
Absolutely, that's the way to go. Now that's the spirit as well. Now, Tangu, just to set the ball rolling, could you share with us your personal journey and what motivated you particularly to get into the beauty industry, particularly in Zambia as well?
Okay. So, of late I've been bumping into old friends, friends who were together with at high school, college, and they look back at my journey. They will remind me to say, oh, do you remember when we were in college? You would comb our hair. You'd say, come, I do your makeup, come I make you look good. And even in high school, if we're having beauty pageants, I'll be the one making sure everybody's looking good. I've always been the backstage kind of person. And so a journey is something that's interesting. You never know that it comes from way, way back.
Absolutely.
And it builds you to who you're going to be today. So when I come across different stories, or I see somebody at a young age doing something, I say their future is going to be great, because whatever looks useless or like they're playing is really going to build them and who they're going to become. So I look back at where I started from, simple high school, simple college mates, me just trying on my friends, my best friend at a very tender age always said, you're going to do my hair and makeup on my wedding. And I would say, there's no way I can do that to you, because we'll hire a professional. Who am I? She says, no, you're going to be great.
The professional herself.
And she'll be like, yeah, you're going to be great. And I don't care whether there'll be great people. I want you to do it. And of course, lo and behold, on her wedding, I did it. And we laughed about where we came from. So I started way back when. I just started with myself. I would work on anyone who comes. I would take advantage of any visitor. So you come home, I'll say, sit down, let me try to do your eyebrows. And your visit is me doing your face. So every visitor that would come home would always leave home glammed up, because they will be my dolls, you know. And over the years, I built the momentum and the confidence in myself. When I started, I was already working. I was one of the first employees that NRFA had when they were opening the targets. So I was working in Ndola. So I would travel. If I have even one client, I would travel from Ndola, come to Lusaka, work on the client, and literally make nothing, because I just want to work on myself. The transportation cost would be way more than the maybe 200 kwacha I'll make on that face. And over the years, it grew. From working in Ndola, I moved to Shimabala in Kafue. Then after that, there was an opening at head office. I applied, I moved to head office. And while I was working at head office, I opened my salon, my small salon. And it was equally growing. I had a few clients. Then it started getting busy. I would rush during lunchtime, rush to work on clients, rush back to the office. Sometimes it would, you can't rush. Already time will get eaten up,
Absolutely.
I noticed that it started becoming a problem.
Yeah.
You can know that people are complaining even though they're not telling you in your face. You could feel that, the supervisors are really not happy that maybe she's out. And sometimes I would genuinely be out, but they would always assume that she's gone out to her business. And when I looked at the money that I started making, I was like, look, I'm able to make more than what I'm getting paid at work. So why am I working? Then I was scared. I was like, but will I survive without a pay slip? Yeah. What if business becomes bad? But I really pray. I really put my faith in God. And I told God, you've done it for other people. You can do it for me. I've never seen my mom go for work before in my life, but we never sleep hungry. So why can't you do it for me? And that's how I took a leap of faith. I just, after a very long period of prayer and consulting with God, I just handed in my resignation letter. And I've never looked back. I don't miss work. The only thing I miss is the pay slip, which of course the paycheck, which I of course I'll still get it in my own way. But I've never missed employment. I don't miss working as an accountant, because I'm still working as an accountant at my business. I still apply my accountancy skills at my business. So yeah. From my small salon, we worked 2 years. We built now the bigger new salon that we moved to, increased our capacity. We doubled our capacity. And even the clients have literally increased. We're seeing a lot of new clients as compared to our old clients. So like we've got new clients and our old clients, and that's how we've grown over the years.
Okay, so how long has Uchy's Touch been in existence now?
Yeah, so we started in 2016. As an individual, I started in 2016. Then over the years, we have grown. So I started alone. I taught my young sister. We started together, and she's my business partner. So we've grown together. Yeah, since 2016. So that's what, like how many years? 8 years?
Yes, thereabouts.
8 years.
8 years, yeah, 8 years.
Yes.
Okay, so how has been your journey? You have talked about starting first, and then your sister, of course, coming on board, and then since 8 years of Uchy's Touch.
Yes.
Has it been all this glamorous, this, big brand that we experience? What has it taken for you to get to where you are now?
Okay, it's taken a lot of consistency, a lot of patience. It's taken understanding what it takes to run a successful business. In Zambia, customer service comes first. Zambians are not kind when it comes to poor customer service. They will expose you, they'll post you all over to say that you didn't give them a good customer service. So for me, my number one rule is customer service. And if a boss is bad, then the employees will be bad. I have tried my best to trickle it down to my whole team to say, guys, customer service is important. Sometimes I even say it doesn't matter whether a client is looking nice or bad, as long as you treated them well. That's what matters, and that's what they will remember. Because it's not always a person who walk out with a happy service, but how did you treat them? So for me, customer service has been my number one rule. I joke to say tomorrow, if anyone ever posted that they had bad customer service, they will be attacked by my clients, because everybody knows that I try to make sure all the clients are happy. So that's what has really helped us. Consistency, customer service, continuous improvement. Makeup 8 years ago is not makeup today. We have tried to evolve with the latest trends. We try to take as much training as we can. We know that learning never ends.
Yeah.
So we've tried to grow over the years with how we do things, even with our new space. The way our old space was and the way the new space are two different kind of setups, because we said, how are we going to move with today's trend? So being up to trend with everything, working on your numbers on social media, and just making sure that you're focused on growth. So that's what's really helped.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what challenges did you face, of course, as a woman starting a business? And how did you find the strength to overcome them? I did mention the fact that a lot of women deal with self-doubt. A lot of us women deal with, the imposter syndrome.
True.
A lot of us women, deal with a few months down the line, or if a year down the line, you're asking yourself, was I even supposed to start this business? Maybe I shouldn't have. What were the key challenges you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Okay. For me, the challenges I can say I've faced are, let's say, dealing with employees. Okay. Personally, growth-wise, I wouldn't want to say finances, because the business is able to produce finances for itself. The challenge actually is now with the current economic price escalations, the load shedding. So we're really kind of facing those challenges. We're struggling on how to accept all these changes and saying, how will this end up affecting our pricing? Because at the end of the day, we are in competition with other people in business. You do not want to make your price scary so that they say, no, after all, I can go elsewhere and those two get the same service. So for me, the challenges are now than then. Then, since it was a steady steep, it was very good it was easy to say, oh, today we've made 5, tomorrow we've made 10, 15, 20. So it was easy to cover up everything. But now you're at that point where you feel like, okay, I think this is where I've been trying to get at, and now accepting what it comes with. We had a smaller genset then, now we have to double our genset size. So it's like, okay, what do we have the finances to buy a genset that's 3 times the price that we bought a genset a few years ago, and it was easy to afford that, it was a small amount. Now where will we get the money to, with all these costs that are going up for everything? So for me right now, that's the challenge we are facing. But with planning, it's things that we'll get to clear over time. But other than that, honestly, it's just dealing with employees. Today you train employees, tomorrow they're gone, you start training other ones. But I said that's part of the business. If you're really not going to have those, they come and go, I think you're really not growing, because they'll grow, they'll think that, oh, I can now do it on my own. And I really don't even have a problem with an employee saying, oh, I've grown, I can now do it on my own. It actually makes me proud. But in a way, it still gets to affect the business, because you're slightly going back to square one. And clients, they know that perfection. So you have to get somebody new, try to pull them up to that perfection point you're at, and just behave like everything is still normal.
So how have you navigated that particular challenge of employees coming and going, particularly in a service industry like yours? It's I'm very particular when I go to a salon, particular hairdresser, the particular, for my nails. And how do you navigate that? And then also, how do you also just manage the customer or the client in this particular case?
Honestly, it's challenging. It's very challenging to navigate that. So the main trick is you make sure that even once an employee joins today, you make them know, or we get into that mutual agreement to say, we need you for a minimum of 2 years, because the customers do get used to the employees. We have customers who from the door they are screaming, Elizabeth, Mutinta. you know. So now just getting them out of that to say, okay, look, now we have Chibwe. It's hard for them to just adjust to that.
Is gone.
Yes, and they will mourn with you. They will say, "Oh my God, we'll miss our girl." Others might even stop coming. There's that loss, but I believe for every loss there's still a gain that will come in. Yeah.
So, Tangu, talking about your entrepreneurial journey, could you highlight to us a particular memorable event or moment in your entrepreneurial journey that you look back and you say, wow, that makes me proud? That makes it all the while all the while worth it. A particular and memorable event that you could share with us.
Okay, for me it's I won't call it an event, but it's a jackpot that we recently hit. So we recently launched our own brand of products. Okay, and when I'm a person who I'm usually a bit scared to get to something new, though I push myself. So I was really a little bit scared, and even as we were launching our brand, I tried to keep it a bit low. I tried to minimize my orders because I was like, how will people take it? And shockingly, we sold out in a week with with the little order. So that's like this gloss. It's one of the few last pieces that are left, you know.
Okay. Uchy's touch.
Yeah. So we launched our own product line, and it's been on my heart. Yeah. It's been on my heart for even 3+ years.
Well done.
Yeah. So finally getting to a point where I've launched my own brand. Something
way to go.
Something that we hope to grow.
Yeah.
For me, it really melted my heart. Even us selling out, we barely put out so many ads, just the little snip bits. Everybody came shopping. Everybody was getting above and beyond. We've literally made it nothing. We don't even have our own testers. People were coming to buy the testers. I'm like, no. I've seen that this is good. I'm getting this. Wow. So for us, that's been a very big highlight this year.
That is definitely big. Yeah. Your own line.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Thank you.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Now, how does Uchy's Touch, salon, reflect your personal values and vision, particularly around empowering women through beauty?
Okay. Naturally, I'm a person of excellence. I'm a person who doesn't compromise on quality. So even when I was just starting, I'm a person. I started with quality products. Even though the work was not perfect for me, I said, let me still apply quality on you. It may not look beautiful, but it's quality. So for me, it's having that excellence, that perfection. Even when I'm working, it's bad. I'm such a perfectionist. I want it till the beat drops, till the hand snaps. So I'm naturally a perfectionist, and I've spread it across my team. So they are equally perfectionists. They will do their job till the beat drops. Yeah. So that's how I think I've made sure that I've transferred that part of excellence, and making sure everybody leaves looking very beautiful and proud. I low-key call our place a therapy center, because sometimes you get clients, they really didn't come in a good mood. By the time they're leaving, they are happy, and you realize that you've even touched a certain emotional aspect to them after they've felt beautiful and confident. Yeah.
The importance of beauty.
Yes.
Now, what role has community and support, played in your success? And how do you also, in your own way, give back to the community?
Okay.
I honestly am one of the people that believe that the age of the superwoman is gone. Reason being that we cannot overemphasize the need for support, be it in our career journey, be it in our entrepreneurial journey, particularly where the times and seasons can be very unpredictable. So what role has that aspect of community, of you having a strong support system, of you having your tribe of women that support you? What has that community played in your success as Uchy's Touch?
Okay, For me, it's like I mentioned in the beginning, I've grown with a powerful team. One of my strongest is my mom, of course. One of my strongest is my mom, my aunties, my sister, my business partner. I have a very strong backbone. And there are times when, business, there are times you just not feel good enough, but they'll be there, they'll tap your back, and they'll encourage you, and they'll tell you to say, no, you've got this, you've got this. Even when we were working on our new project, on our new salon space, it was very hard. I had a client who'd turned into a friend, who was like at the center of our expansion project. She was literally running the show. She did our interior, and she would push me, at the end. She's like, you need to pave this yard. And I'm like, girl, I don't think I've got money to pave. And she's like, you're gonna do it. And every time I'm driving in, she's like, I'm like,
yeah,
you see?
Here we are.
Yeah. So it's very, you can't, on your own, you can't.
Yeah.
On your own, you can't. Even my employees, they've really been there. So I depend on people highly. When I'm stuck, it's a phone call. Hey.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for people to help me, to be my strength, to pray with me, to encourage me, to criticize me, to say no. Here, no.
Yeah.
You should have done it this way. Yeah.
It's all in the community.
It's more on.
Now, Tangu, could you discuss or share with us a time that you took a big risk in your business? Yeah, whether it's financial or whatever, and how it eventually paid off.
Okay.
One risk that you said, okay, that one was a real risk, but here we are, it paid off.
Okay. I think the risk for me was actually expanding. I kind of got comfortable in my old space. And like you're just from talking about the community, my mom just said, no, this space has become small. You can't have clients seated outside, where we need to move to a bigger space. And even in the bigger space, it looked too big for me. I even said, no, I'll just move the old furniture, move it this side, paint the walls a bit. And the same friend, client Tionge, was just like, no, we're going to buy new furniture. So just closing my eyes and investing so much in making sure that I did something brand new. Every little tiny detail was brand new. Nothing actually crossed over from the old space to go into the new space. And keeping my fingers crossed to say, and sometimes I'll say, guys, are you sure we're going to have business? And they'll be like, yes, people will see the place, they'll love it, and they'll want to have a try. Yeah. I laugh, I'm even saying some old clients who deserted us, they've started coming back. So it was
well done.
Yes,
well
so
done
I was like, no, it
space,
really was worth it.
Yeah. Okay, now how would you inspire a young woman out there who's watching, and they would like to step out and do something that they feel, this is the kind of business that I would like to get into, or maybe a beauty business like you? What would be a word of encouragement to such a one? Because obviously for such a one, you're afraid, okay? And as human beings, we don't like failure. We want success. You want to step in there and everything should just work. What would be a word of encouragement to a woman like that?
Okay, so the word of the Lord says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, okay? The evidence of things unseen. So why I've said the word of the Lord is, you really need God's guidance. You need to constantly talk to God and ask him, God, should I do this? Is this the right step? There are people who come to me to say, give me a business idea. People don't even have a simple idea to say, what can I do? They may even have the capital to invest in that, but they don't know, what should I do that will be profitable, that the world will love, and that will give them peace. Okay, so you need guidance from God. Secondly, avoid negative people at all costs. And the negative people are the people in your circle. It's not even a stranger. It's your best friend. It's your sister. It's your spouse. It's your mom. Your mom sometimes. Yeah.
Because she doesn't want you to be
she's
stressed.
she's scared for you to take that risk.
Yeah.
Avoid them. Look for people who will say, you've got this.
Yeah.
You can do this. Look for people who believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
Right.
For me, that's been my journey. When I just feel or see any negativity, I can't. You're not what I need. I need you to say, hey, you want this genset? Let's go. There's that genset which looks like a house. That's the one you're gonna buy. Those are the people you need. Not someone who says, can you even afford a genset?
Where are you gonna get the money from?
Things are tough. Just kamene akakangono. You just be servicing it whenever it breaks down. So you need just that strong support system. You need to look for people who are in the same business as you, who you can get your inspiration from. Because even when I wanted to stop work, I went around, I looked at people in my business who also worked and stopped work. There are people like Braided, there are people like Royalty. Those are same entrepreneurs. We run same businesses. And they encourage me to say, look at us, we stopped work and we're doing well. So you can stop work and you'll be okay. Don't worry. So just mind the people around you. Believe in yourself. Constantly grow. Don't be lazy to advertise. Advertising is my daily bread. Yesterday and today I've not advertised. It's made me a bit sick. It's that bad. We've only advertised on our stories because the girls at the store posts on the stories. But main posts, I've not made any main post, and it makes me sick. So you need to constantly advertise every single day. 1 like, 0 likes, they've seen. And you are growing. You make sure your number yesterday, when you wake up the next day, whether it increases by 1, you've grown.
Yeah.
So that's just believe in yourself. And anybody and everybody is capable.
Yeah.
Don't lie yourself to say, at inesha kwata business. You're not doing yourself a favor. You're not doing yourself any good. Yeah.
And just a side note, too, I'm always very curious about the social media side, you know, how probably you're starting a business, you post, you know, it's your product or whatever, and then you're not getting any comments, no engagement. How do you keep going on? Because there's a tendency to just say, you know what, let's just stop this social media advertising or marketing. Maybe let's look at other alternatives. What would be your word of encouragement to such a woman who's running a business and you feel like, oh, no matter what I post, people don't even comment, the engagement is not as it should be? What would be your advice to such a woman?
First of all, there are no other alternatives.
Wow.
Social media is our number one advertising. Gone are the billboard days. We have to post. That is how they will know. Everything. We knew about each other via social media.
Yeah.
That's social media. Your magazine came to my store. I'm sure you didn't even know that.
I didn't even
know. It came to my store. Clients have been reading it. We tag, we post. That is social media. So that is number one right now. Things have changed. We need to evolve. Things have changed. Let's use social media. Let's post. Don't be discouraged. If it means you must sponsor your post. If it means you must use an influencer, get an influencer on board. Influencers are growing their numbers on social media. So social media is everything right now for every business owner, and you must use that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, the emotional and physical health of an entrepreneur, particularly woman, is very important. How do you balance the two? Being an entrepreneur, being a mother, being a business owner, being just a friend and a sister and all those things. How do you create a balance in those spaces?
Okay, I would lie to you to say that it's easy. It's really not. You have to intentionally create that time. Okay. So for me, I recently put off Sundays. I said I need to pray, I need to spend time with my son, with my family, catch up with friends. So I was chatting with somebody in the other room, and I told them, so it's weird that I've taken my Sunday serious by coming here. For me, Sunday is purely family time, purely church, So you have to intentionally create that time, because a business is very calling. Me, once I get to my business, even if I'm not a braider, every client wants me. Even if they are braiding their hair, they want me to sit next to them and just check up on them. So it's every moment you step into your space, you know that everybody that's there needs you. Not only the clients, even the employees. I've got one who runs to me like a child. I laugh at her. I say, you're such a child. She'll run to the car and wants to start talking. I'm like, dude, I'm coming inside. Wait, I'm coming. Okay? I'm still coming.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to know to say there's office time, there's home time. Okay? Put your phone away. Put it away. It will never stop buzzing. It will continuously buzz. People will call even at midnight. And they won't even apologize for calling at midnight. They'll immediately start talking. Hi, what time do you open tomorrow? And if I say it's midnight, don't call me. Tomorrow they'll post and say, she answered me, it's midnight, don't call me. So you have to know that the demand, the calling will always be there. But just draw those lines for yourself. No one will do it for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, Tangu, as we're coming to a close, I know my director is winding me down.
Okay.
Could you share with us 3 business tips that you would attribute to the success of Uchy's Touch?
Okay.
Yeah, I know you've been in the business for 8 years, but like we mentioned, there's somebody who's watching and they're unsure, they're unafraid.
Okay.
They're not unafraid, they are afraid to step into their business. What would be your 3 key business tips that have gotten you to where you are as Uchy's Touch?
Okay. Number 1, if you're employed, your salary is your free capital. I know you may have so many bills never end, but you can use your salary as capital to start whatever you want to start. And once you start, separate yourself from the business. The business is alone. Even if you are as tiny as, get yourself a business phone. That business phone does business transactions, and let that money grow. Okay, don't make 100 kwacha and go buy a bottle of wine. You're not doing yourself any favor. If it's the business money, let it grow. Calculate by the end of the month, you should have that money seated. If it came out, it was a business expense, not a personal expense. Okay, that's 1. 2, you really, actually, it should have been number 1. You really need God. If without God, there's nothing. God will answer your prayers. God will give you the customers. God will give you the wisdom. God will give you the guidance. You can't do away without the hand of God in your life. And there are times when it gets stressful. There are times I even break down. But I break down to God. I tell God, God, I'm stuck. I'm confused. I'm overwhelmed. There are times I get overwhelmed. Like this week we're getting into, it's a graduation week. I already know it's going to be crazy, but I'll run to God and say, God, I'm tired. Thank you for the blessings, but I'm tired. I need a break. My employees are tired. Everybody needs a break, but give us the strength and guide us. Load shedding. You might we're starting very early. You find power cuts. It breaks your heart. You're heartbroken, but you still cry to God. God, help us, see us through, keep us calm. So we really need God. He's very, very important. And 3, growth. Never ever be comfortable. Be hungry for growth. And dreaming is free. If you want to owe Eastpak more, you owe it. Dream as far as your mind can take you. Never limit your dreams. Never say, I only have 100 kwacha in my bank account, so I can't dream of owing a more. I can't dream of owing a magazine. Dream. God has seen your dream.
Your dreams are valid.
They are valid. So dream.
Yeah.
And have the right support system that will say, oh, you want to open Eastpak? No problem. Let me take you to an architect. You even go visit the architect. You have no money. So, okay, bye, see you. And God will provide. Yeah. So those are the 3 points I can share.
I could sit and listen to you, Tangu, the whole day. You're just so inspiring. I love the fact that you speak from a place of authenticity. You speak from a place of you have been at it for
Yeah.
a while, and here you are.
Yeah.
And we are just here to celebrate you,
Thank you.
the great woman that you are, the inspiring woman that you are, that through your faith, your determination and resilience, we're talking 8 years of Uchy's Touch, and you recently moved to your beautiful, big space.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of women are already trekking to your salon. So just to thank you for making time to come through to the Awanachi Conversations.
Yeah.
We look forward to hosting you in future conversations,
Yes.
to just find out what's happening at Uchy's
Yes,
Touch,
yes.
what God will still be able to do even through your business. And please continue being such an inspiration.
Thank you.
I have been truly inspired, and that's which is what I like about the Awanachi Conversation. You think you're going to be asking the interviews, and yet you're getting so inspired to hear amazing women like you. So thank you so much for coming through to the program. We just speak blessings over your life.
Thank you.
May you continue to be all that God would like you to be, and may you be reminded that in all that you do, you will always be the head and never the tail.
Amen. Thank you
Amen.
so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so there you have it. I've been talking to Tangu Chulu, who's actually the CEO and Chief Visionary Officer for Uchy's Touch Salon. An amazing lady. Lots of tidbits there about the importance of God in your business, about the importance of you just continually learning, the importance of resilience, the importance of faith, the importance of determination. I'm always reminded of the fact that an opportunity must be seized within the lifetime of that opportunity. So make your life count. Step out of your comfort zone. That business idea that you have, step out and trust God to do the rest. I've been your host, Mponga Chipepasimu. Do join me next week for another exciting episode. Goodbye.